Let's get into it. Coach Colin here. What Joe Rogan missed. It is Monday. You guys know Rogan doesn't usually post anything on Monday, so I'm here to bring you one big thing that he missed, and we probably won't hear him talk about it till the end of the week, possibly even mid next week, is that the Epstein case is closed. That's right. You didn't get the list. That's right. No, you're not misunderstanding. Apparently, this case has been closed due to the investigation that the trustworthy Kash Patel and Pam Bondi carried out. The Epstein case is now closed, and the DOJ has no plans to release any further documents related to it. That is a real thing that we all found out about, and I'm just going to go through all the information that's been released. Elon Musk right away, especially in his feud with the administration, he released this picture. It said, "We will release the client list or the Epstein list. We just need more time." Then more clown makeup comes on. "The Epstein list is on my desk." That's a quote from Pam Bondi. And that's when the wig went on and there is no Epstein list. And that's when full clownery has taken place. It is a wild thing to see actually happening right now. A lot of us knew. Some of us were hopeful. I would be in that camp. I was hopeful that there would be some kind of list released. Man, let's just go through the information. It sucks, honestly. It sucks, and a lot of people are pissed off. So, Sean Ryan here, he says, sometimes the truth is revealed through the lies of the most powerful. That's very, very true. This is just him posting. Jeffrey Epstein didn't have a client list. Apparently, there is no list. And he actually did off himself. And the DOJ and the FBI say findings that debunk any of the tinfoil theories. Oh, man. All right, we'll go here. This person released this. So everybody figured this out through a statement that was released. I'm also going to show you Caroline Leavitt. She's talking to Peter Doocy in the most recent press hearing, and she addresses it a little bit as well. She gets called out by Peter Doocy. He goes hard. This is the document that was released. It has been verified as real. A lot of people were hoping that this was fake, but it has been verified as real. This is the part that a lot of people were focused in on. The systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. There is also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Basically means there are no rich people or heads of industry that you are going to see getting rolled out in cuffs. That is not a thing that's going to happen. There's no client list. Kash Patel said there was a client list before he joined the FBI. Pam Bondi said she had a list that was on her desk along with a whole bunch of information. Truckload of information arrived at her office, and they were just going through it the best they could. Now they've come up with no list. Tens of thousands of hours of video. I don't even have that, but I'm going to make sure to pull that quote up. She said tens of thousands of videos. Tens of thousands of videos, but none of anyone else. Only Jeff. That was it. Can I ask you something really quick? Why would someone only film themselves doing things? Why would someone have a whole elaborate camera setup in their own place and only film themselves? That's it. No other people. Okay. If that's what you want to say, I'll read the other little part here. Consistent with prior disclosures, this review can confirm that Epstein harmed over 1,000 victims. Each suffered unique trauma, sensitive information relating to these victims is intertwined throughout the materials. This includes specific details such as victims' names, likeness, physical description, place of birth, etc., etc. So that's it for that. And then there's another part here that people were focusing in on. Oh man, I can't believe you guys are going to witness me having to actually get glasses because I can barely see this. After a thorough investigation, FBI investigators concluded that Jeffrey he offed himself in his cell where he was being held in New York on August 10th, 2019. This conclusion is consistent with previous findings, including the August 19th, 2019 autopsy findings of the New York City office and chief medical examiner, the November 19th position of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York in connection with the investigations of federal correctional officers responsible for guarding Epstein, and the June 2023 conclusions of DOJ's Office of the Inspector General. So that's it, guys. That's it. We're going to go through some people's reactions and whatnot, but gotta say, disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Now, I don't know if you guys know Gunther, okay? Gunther Eagleman, he is just like a hardcore Trump supporter. Hardcore, right? No matter what, always speaks well of Trump, always speaks well of the administration, no matter what. It doesn't matter what they do. And even he had this to say: what type of government protects peds over children victims? I mean, when guys like this are speaking out, it's a very bad look. Elon Musk, of course, he jumps in and says, "What time is it? Oh, look, it's no one has been arrested o'clock again." Terrible joke, but I understand what he's saying. And yeah, and also perfect timing for Elon Musk to do this. There are going to be so many people. There's already so many people on the left who feel like they are on an island. They have just been left behind by their party. And people on the right have just been so cohesive, getting along. There's been some infighting, but it's nothing that like actual discussion can't change, which has been going on quite a bit. But now with this, there are going to be some people who feel like, okay, I don't have a party anymore. And then all of a sudden, Elon pops in. I'm telling you, perfect timing from him. Perfect timing. This is a tweet from Patrick Bet-David. Now, this is a very interesting theory he has here. He says, if Musk is confident about starting his own political party, did he get deep enough in the government within the 100 days or so to find out for himself what happened with Jeff? What if he has individuals in the inside of the FBI who saw everything and chose to resign to become whistleblowers to show what's in there? Now, this is just Pat, kind of theorizing, but it is an interesting thought process. If there's an enemy of the administration today that's capable of that, it's Musk. It's not like the FBI agents make much, 80 to 150K a year. I have a feeling Musk would find a way to offer financial protection if things got nasty. My concern, sorry, let me make sure you guys can see that. My concern, I just took it away. Where is it? My concern is that things will get very ugly next in ways I don't want to type out. My trust is that I voted for Trump because I believe in his instincts and his negotiation abilities, and I still do. He's the only guy capable of dealing with all of this chaos simultaneously. We'll be waiting patiently, watching to see what happens next. Future looks bright. That's an interesting thought process. What did Musk see in his time? He already had high level clearance. There's that whole debate when he was running Doge at first. They're like, these guys don't have clearance. What's going on? You're letting these people with no clearance into all of these different databases. And then people were like, Elon Musk actually has all the clearances. He has, based on his companies, he actually pretty much, I would say he probably has top secret clearance just based on what he knows in regards to NASA and the airspace and anomalies, UAPs, UFOs. I would think his clearance is pretty high up there. So would he be able to see that? He was very, very close to Trump. Would Trump allow him to see into that type of thing? Would he have contact with people in these agencies and just ask them about certain things because he was in a role via Doge that would have him wherever he wanted to be, basically? It's an interesting thought. I don't know if Musk did anything like that. Even Benny Johnson is sitting there saying, what's going on with this whole thing? That is wild. When you see Benny Johnson upset about this whole thing, you gotta think about it. He's saying Jeff and Maxwell were both charged, thousands of victims. They were both found guilty in a federal court. One of their clients is pictured with Prince Andrew, Duke of York. He paid tens of millions. Silence, horrific story. I mean, even he's calling it out. Trafficking to no one, trafficking women to no one. I don't buy it. There are other dark forces at play here. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final and most essential command. For Benny Johnson to be saying that, when you quote that in this instance, I don't know if you know, but that's from an Orwell book. For him to be saying that, he's saying the party. There's no other party that's asking you to do that right now other than the Republicans. Benny is a hardcore Republican. I mean, questions nothing that Trump does ever. And the fact that he's saying stuff like this really stands out. There's, again, a lot of people are upset. Colin Rugg showed this. Apparently, they released a 10-hour video that you can go and watch if you have 10 hours to just chill and hear no audio. Maybe you can just sit there and listen to a podcast. I got a bunch of episodes. I can carry you through 10 hours. Just did a 4-hour episode with my buddy Oliver. But there's this basically, and it's just showing Epstein's room, or just around the corridor around, just showing that no one went in or out. So this is a little 3-minute video that they have here, right? So nobody goes in or out. Hold on. Is that someone going in or out? Wait, what? I didn't watch this before. Let me double speed this real quick. Okay. So which room is Jeff in? That's room 46. Okay. Then he closes it. Okay, there's nothing stating what room he's in. Either way, this is a 10-hour video. I'm guessing that this is his door, because that would just be crazy. They just released it. They didn't even realize. They're like, oh, some big black guy went in his room. Okay, sorry. Pam Bondi's like, we looked through everything and we just didn't realize that there was a big black guy that went inside his room. It's on my desk right now. Just give me a couple of years to look through it. Just give me 3.5 years. That's all I ask. But apparently there's a minute missing inside of the video. Now, I don't move my screen, but I will in this case, because we're trying to look at time here. So if we look at this time, let's just play through 1 minute. Oh, it's just 5 seconds. Oh, yeah, check that out. So watch the clock. Watch the clock right here. So you go here. So right now we're at 11:58, 56 seconds. And then it just jumps. So there's actually a minute missing. Listen, shout out to whoever went through this 10-hour video to find out that there was 1 minute missing out of it. Shout out to whoever had the time and energy to do that type of thing. Look at you. So yeah, it's clear. There's clearly a minute missing there. So there's that. Again, just trying to bring you all the information. This is Caroline having to deal with Peter Doocy. Peter Doocy is pushing rather hard on her explaining what Pam Bondi actually said. I'm sure you guys all remember Pam Bondi. It's on my desk.
Sure. Caroline. Okay, so the FBI looks at the circumstances surrounding the death of Jeffrey Epstein. According to the report, this systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. So what happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your network on Fox
I've
News.
got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to the FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars. They have an operation going on right now called Summer Heat, which has our murder rate trending in the lowest direction in United States history. Their emphasis on violent...
Just change the subject. Whoever's responsible for making our Caroline seem like Karine Mean Jean Pierre, whoever's responsible for that, will never forgive you for that. Don't make Caroline look like Karine. Don't you dare do it. How dare you? Absolutely ridiculous. But I do not buy that, where she's like, oh, she was talking about the entirety. I don't know, man. Somebody, again, I made videos about this with Kash Patel and whatnot, and people in the comments were taking liberties being like, this is what he meant. I was there in the room, and I was sitting inside his eardrum, and I could hear his thoughts, and I know exactly what he meant. It's like, she was asked a very, and when I say this, I mean Pam Bondi, she was asked a very specific question, and then she answered it. And then the explanation is that she actually just didn't answer the question. And she just answered some other question that she felt like answering in a broader sense. Okay. I guess so. I don't know. Tens of thousands of hours of video, she said. She said that. It's on my desk. Everything's on my desk. And now there's nothing. You know, even a guy like this Sean guy is very hardcore on the right. Pam Bondi needs to be fired for her incompetence. She is easily the biggest drawback of the administration. Do you agree with that, guys? Do you think Pam Bondi is just like not competent? I feel like she is competent. I feel like, again, I don't think this stuff happens by mistake. You know, often I make jokes. So many of us make jokes about like, oh, these guys are dumb and incompetent, this and that. A lot of what you see is pretty intentional. They're doing it on purpose. They know what they're doing. They're not as dumb as you'd think. Obviously, there's some things where clearly you're seeing, you know, you can't look at Jasmine Crockett and be like, you know what I mean? You know, I'm not trying to say anything rude, but some of them, you know, but a lot of times when you're seeing things happen, it's actually quite on purpose. So I don't know, man. It's very, very disappointing. Bradley Martin, no client list. Oh, okay. At this point, it's just sad. They legit don't care anymore. They know they have the power, and they just continue business as usual. Government really don't give an F anymore, and they think they've made you numb, so you won't care either and feel too hopeless for change. That is what it feels like, quite honestly. That is really what it feels like. I think we're all down here at this part. I know some of you will be like, I never thought it was coming out. Well, good for you. I kind of did. I was hoping. I was hoping. But then once you saw Kash Patel on Rogan, you were like, oh, okay. This is done. Once you see Dan Bongino on Fox, he's like, listen, I don't care if you trust me. What? Listen, I'm going in there because you guys know you can trust me. Months later, I don't care if you trust me. Whoa, why are your eyes so big? And why aren't you looking at the camera or looking in anybody's eyes? What's going on with you? Cash too, right? So once I saw that, I lost hope. But man, you know why people did have hope too, which is really funny. It's because guys like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, before they were a part of the whole thing, they were doing podcasts talking about what they would do in that position. They were the ones saying, listen, you cannot believe the official story. They were some of the top guys, you know? And now things have changed. I want to know what you guys feel about this whole thing. Do you guys think that, I didn't even see this. Elon Musk said this. After he posted this, somebody posted, what happened to the client list is on my desk. What happened to the Epstein files part 2? What happened to those magical binders? What a farce. Elon Musk said, this is the final straw. Wow. I wonder what he means by that. Huh. Elon Musk, man. This is the final straw. See what that means. He has formed his party. Again, like I said, perfect timing. We'll see what happens. But like, let me know what you guys feel. Let me know this. Do you still trust Trump? I feel like Patrick Bet-David still trusts his negotiation abilities and his ability to handle all this chaos calmly and get through it, no problem, and put America in a better position. I do trust that he is very, very capable of that. And I don't know anybody else in politics. I couldn't even think of someone outside of politics that's capable of that. So I do trust him in that regard. But I feel like, and if it's Bondi's fault, okay. If it's Patel's fault, okay. But this is going to be a thing that people can point to on his legacy. And when you look at the things that he's directly responsible for, the legacy's going well. I know some people might not like what happened with Iran, etc., but he's looking pretty good in terms of resolving things and making things better. And then this happens, and it's like, this is something that people will always be able to point to, you know, little blemish. So let me know if you guys still trust Trump. How do you guys still feel about Trump? Do you feel like I do, where who else would you have in this position right now, especially with the world the way it is? Or do you feel like you're just going to jump on Elon Musk's new political party, you know, and hope that he puts some proper candidates in place? Let me know in the comments. But a disappointing day for sure. I'm out.